I'm going to show you a demo of my Colin B. Kennedy Model 20B console radio. This radio was built in 1929. It is an early example of a console radio. And it has beautiful woodwork. Nice closing sliding doors here. The cabinet is quite nice. So we'll fire it up, show you how it works. So there's main power switch right here, turn on, and you have, this is actually sort of like a volume control. It's actually just the RF gain, but it's volume for all kinds of purposes. Here's the tuning, power, and there's a little switch for radio and phonograph input. So, see if we can take something up.
Fun with Nintendo. Super Mario Brothers. Mario Party DS.
So this thing doesn't have AGC on it, and furthermore, it's a TRF architecture where there's no frequency mixing or anything like that, like a modern radio. So we'll tune it out separately.
Around late yesterday afternoon, the passengers were ferried to shore on a Portland.
It's a very sensitive receiver. It's a nice radio.
When the story first broke was Main State. Sports Flash.
This is my favorite AM station. I always play the Red Sox team. So it also has an audio input, a phono audio input, which is an uncompensated input. So I've hooked up an iPod so I can play music through it. So if we flip this slider switch over, you can hit this, and there you go. And you can play vintage jazz music through a vintage radio, which is a lot of fun, especially if you throw a party or anything like that. So I'll show you the inside. Okay, here we go. So here's the radio chassis up here. It's a copper-plated chassis, really nice. And down there is the original speaker. Starting from the power supply, we have the main supply transformer. This is the rectifier tube. And right there we have this big can up here. That's the cap. But of course I've replaced with modern capacitors underneath the chassis. This is the radio signal chain itself, the RF signal chain. So we have front-end amplifier, coil, and variable cap. This is a multi-section cap. Another amplifier and capacitor coil combination, amplifier capacitor coil combination. So these are all RF amplifiers. The detector tube is back here. First AF, and then AF power tube. And then of course speaker down here. It's not a permanent magnet speaker. It's actually there's a field coil in there, so the power supply choke is a field coil for the speaker. I think that's because they did not have permanent magnet technology for speakers, or I believe that's the story behind that. So anyway, it's a beautiful radio. And another interesting fact is you look at this. It's a little dusty because I've been using it for years. Actually, there's this tag with all these patents, you know, and so on and so forth. So the radio, you know, a lot of intellectual property protection back when this radio was built. So it's a really nice piece of equipment, and I use it daily, probably a couple hours or more a day. Anyway, back around to the front. Thanks for watching.